Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants. With that, let's get up to MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they, too, were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. They go play action here on first down. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Play action, Garoppolo. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
And New York set to take the field. first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Gallman will run it. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackle made that time by Kevin Dodd.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Lorenzo Malden coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. And incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. New York set to take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Now McKinnon. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got room. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I'm about to do a disservice to the catch we just saw. One-handed, coming down with it, just like that. Yeah, I know. Odell Beckham Jr. We're used to this, aren't we?
We are.
And that's just wrong on every level. That was spectacular.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Gallman. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football. So possession changes hands. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaunt and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They take over 1st and 10 up near midfield. After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. And he's got this down to the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Mario Edwards Jr. there to bring him down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, Garoppolo. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Now, that was a good job by the defense swarming to the football. And you know it's no cinch that you're going to be able to get the ball into the end zone against them. They're number 2 against the run. So what's an offensive coordinator to do? Check your playlist.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Gold with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Throw left side complete. It's Shepard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Garland. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback. But as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They're the 49ers. Getting set to trot out there. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
from the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Garoppolo. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Garoppolo now, first down throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Garoppolo now. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er first.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jarek McKinnon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gold to add the extra point. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right, and now it's blocked. Gold now out to kick it away. On the return, here's Marcus Murphy. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync.
They got his man complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll drop the throw. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard, as the 1st half is winding down, and the Giants are able to cut into this lead. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. This will be taken in after 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go. By 20.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. McKinnon fitting in nicely as the feature back in this 49er offense. He's back there again now on 1st down.
Here we go. Black 80.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Cowboys on top as they play the 2nd quarter. The Cowboys seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we'll head to Washington. Check out the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Jamison Crowder, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. James White has scored a touchdown there. In the game you're watching, it was Jimmy Garoppolo who was brilliant in that 1st half. His guys have the lead as we send you back to MetLife Stadium in Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Over the middle of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. On the crossing route, complete. That's Shepard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
This is Gallman. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Back to throw here. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender.
Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Jerick McKinnon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in a 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked.
All right, here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long, and you know this is the time of game where these drives really...
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. DeForest Buckner in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
McKinnon. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Marcus Gilchrist there to bring him down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Gun!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Taken in at the 22. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see it back. Just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Here again is McKinnon. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And this will be taken at the 13. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he comes back with one complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Back to throw now on 1st down. He finds his target, Beckham. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Looking to throw. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another 1st down as well.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
It's caught, Shepard. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hansen. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll set up the throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
First man through, it's the fullback use check. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big-time play there for the G-Man. 47 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
He's going to rifle one deep. It's caught at the 10. And that one results in 35 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Back to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event,
a road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
you take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road,